And here we go again. Another day of practice for the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams. And you know what that means? More news, notes, highlights, observations from yet another practice here in Chicago. Now, before we jump into the video, you guys know how we start this. I want to give a big shout out to, all of the Bear media members out there who work so hard every single practice to record these highlights and actually enable us to make these videos. Without them, these videos aren't really possible. So go do me a favor, follow them on Twitter. You'll see their ads at the top left of your screen throughout the entirety of the video. Because they will be posting live updates almost every single practice from here to the end of training camp, so make sure you guys go give them a follow. Now, with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video. Real quickly, comment down below a player that has surprised you so far for the Bears. With that being said, let's talk about practice. Now, the best play of the day came from Caleb Williams. Obviously, want to continue to see him, grow, get better, and, just dive into the work ethic, right? And that's something he has done so far. He had a really bad day of practice last week, and since then, he has bounced back 3 days in a row and had some really good practices. Now, today, a big-time throw, hitting Velus Jones deep for a touchdown, beating, I believe, Terrell Smith was in coverage. It was a great throw. I mean, it was a dart, right? And then a good catch by Velus Jones as well, who is kind of breaking out in terms of being a return man for this team. They also practiced a bunch of the new kickoff, and with the new kickoff rule, it's going to be interesting because not only return men, but kickers and special teams coaches are going to be extremely vital and way more important than they've ever been. There's a lot more, strategic and strategy when it comes to the new kickoff format, so I'm definitely excited to see how they run it. And then the big play to Velus Jones came in 7-on-7s, and then the play right after that one, Tremaine Edmonds did pick off Caleb Williams. So, the best thing about OTAs right now is you don't want to see the defense dominate every single day. You don't want to see the offense dominate every single day. You want to see a good balance, and I feel like the Bears have done that so far. Now, the reason being is if the offense is dominating the defense every single day, it's going to tell you that the defense is going to be terrible throughout the season, right? But if the defense is absolutely demoralizing the offense every single day, then the offense is going to struggle to move the ball in the regular season, right? Now, it is very early. It's just OTAs, and I know you guys are going to comment that every time we post a video. You guys are like, come on, man, it's just OTAs. And I get that. There's no pads. There's no practice. But the first impressions mean a lot, especially when it comes to these OTAs, right? If you look really bad in OTAs, chances are you're not going to get a chance to be a starter when it comes to the start of training camp. Obviously, you can work your way back up. These first impressions mean everything, right? So Tremaine Edmonds did intercept Caleb Williams in the middle of the field. There was a lot of traffic, just not a great throw by Caleb Williams. I think he rushed it. There was some pressure and he decided to throw it. And then he bounces back, has a big time touchdown to Velus Jones. So you like to see the bad play, then the good play. The bad play, then the good play, right? You like to go back and forth. It shows that your team is, a little bit more well-balanced. Keenan Allen actually was back at practice today as well. Caught a couple of balls from Caleb Williams. And again, we mentioned in yesterday's video that, DJ Moore is a guy that has been so good for them. And I think that the chemistry and the rapport that they've built, throughout OTAs and mandatory minicamp so far has really shown overall. So I want to continue to see these guys build chemistry together. Now, this was their second mandatory practice. Braxton Jones was not on the field. He was not working out on the side either. Cole Kmet, Tyler Scott, Dante Pennis did not participate in practice as well. And Nate Davis took part in a portion of team drills, but not fully practicing as well. Caleb Williams in the offense had an up and down day, right? He had some really good ones and then some really bad ones. Like we said before, the offense was better in 11-on-11s compared to 7-on-7s. Williams finding Keenan Allen several times. Williams also missed Roman Dunze for a deep touchdown. Dunze had a step on Tyreek Stevenson, but Williams' throw was a little bit too deep, which, not great, but shows that arm strength is there. So want to continue to see him, work with Roman Dunze, continue to work with Keenan and DJ Moore as we go forward. Then there was some 2-minute drills. Now, before we get into the 2-minute drills, do me a big favor, guys. Hit the like button so not only we can get the video out to more Bears fans around the world, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It's free. doesn't cost anything, and we will be covering the Bears throughout the entirety of the offseason. Now, you may be asking, what does that include or entail? Well, the rest of mandatory minicamp, training camp, preseason, regular season, and with that being said, we will be covering or breaking down all 22 coaches' film throughout the entirety of the season. Also, lastly, real quickly, make sure you guys go follow my Twitch. I'm going to be streaming some NFL games this year, watching them live with you guys. And I'm probably going to be doing a lot of Twitch streams this summer. So, NCAA football comes out soon, Madden. So, make sure you guys go over, follow the Twitch. Link is in the description, or Matty Dubs with 3 S's. And let's get right back to the video. So, 2-minute drill. Caleb Williams led the Bears to a beautiful field goal down the field. You could see the aggressiveness, but also the patience of, being someone who can get the ball down the field very, very quickly. Connected with DJ Moore for a big completion down the sideline to get in the field goal range. And that was a big-time play that we saw, from the offense in those 2-minute drills. And then, again, just you look at everything that they've been doing, and you look at the secondary and the players they brought in. I am very excited for this football team, not only because of, the way they're playing in practice, the way they're making Caleb Williams struggle, but more importantly, I think this defense is going to be one of those groups that takes a major jump up. You look at the additions they made, as well as the development they've made, right? With Montez Sweat another year into the system. You sign a guy like Kevin Byard, who I think is so underrated right now. A couple of years ago was known as probably the biggest turnover machine in football. Did have an under par season in Philadelphia. Didn't have the greatest year in the world, but this is a guy who can force turnovers, and quite frankly, we've seen that in practice already. Not only do you have Tyreek Stevenson and Kyler Gordon, Jaquan Brisker, Jalen Johnson, those are 4 second-round draft picks right there in the secondary who are already getting better and better as time goes on. You have Jonathan Owens, you have Terrell Smith. I mean, this team looks really, really good on paper, and not only on paper, in practice, they're playing like, dude, they're playing insane. So that is definitely fun to see. Caleb Williams also hit a Dunze in traffic, big time catch for Dunze. I think, again, got to continue to show that we can make big time catches. And Keenan, Dunze, DJ Moore, those guys can all do that. And then there was, the play where Caleb Williams, sometimes holds the ball a little bit too long. But again, that's kind of adjusting to the play style here in the NFL. Get acclimated to the speed of the NFL. In college, you can get away with holding the ball because you can outrun some of those guys in college. But the NFL is a different beast. You're going to be going up against the best defensive ends in the world every single game. You're going to be going up against the best safeties, the best DBs, linebackers, right? It's going to be tougher and tougher. So Caleb Williams needs to focus on just getting the ball out, going through his progressions, and just getting the ball out. Because the longer you hold it, the more likely you are to get absolutely, clobber knocked in the backfield, sacked, maybe an injury. So we'll continue to see him ramp that up. Montez Sweat was pretty good, man. Maybe got 2 to 4 reps in during team drill today, so he's trying to get back into it. Splitting reps, or not splitting reps, but Nate Davis was splitting reps. He was limited with Ryan Bates at right guard in team period. What else happened today? Roshan Johnson got a lot of opportunity today in the 2-minute drills, so that was good. And the rush, obviously, the pass rush wasn't fully there. They were just kind of, trying, and then they wouldn't try, if that makes any sense. So they would be stopping after the first couple of steps, giving Caleb Williams a little bit more time just to get the ball out, because, quite frankly, if they were to try, they would probably get to him almost every single time, because, again, the offensive line has some guys out, but also the Braxton Joneses, the Nate Davises, right? These guys are out, so they're really getting beat up, so they wouldn't really fully rush. But at the end of the day, want to see these guys continue to get better. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. More Bears videos coming out over the next few days, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.